Good morning, Rabbi Isai. Live from Austria, Weber Tours, in the hotel. This is actually this is a Murdik room that we have. It's in the room. I don't know if I could get around. Let me see if I could turn this around. Oh, yeah. It's hard to see in Gansen, but this is this is the living space of this is the Alps. See that? A little bit you can see, you can peek the Alps. Okay. So we're in the middle of the fast here on Shavas B'Tammuz. Between Mincha and Ma'ariv, I was able to give the Hebrew shir. I'm hoping that we'll survive and make it through this year. It's 9 o'clock at night, and the fast is over at after 10 o'clock. It's super interesting here because the fast started at 3:20 in the morning, and it's so in other words, Shki is very, very late, and Netz is very, very early. It's a super, super short night over here. Just to share with the Olam a little bit, first of all, I want to show the Olam. Here's a Chayal learning Torah in the middle of nowhere. It looks like a matzav over there. So people learning Torah in all situations. We also learned a lot of Torah. This is not what I wanted to show you. Actually, it's a good picture for later. I wanted to show you this. So just to explain, okay, so I don't know if this is audio here, but I don't know. This right over here is a suspension bridge. It's 400 and something meters long, and it's suspended between two Alps. It's very, very shaky. This right over here is the elevator that takes people up to the bridge, and this takes it all the way up. This is a castle over here. It's beautiful. The view, the scenery is out of this world. Neflois habayra. Pashat neflois habayra. So that's what we did today. We walked on the suspension bridge. Looked at the neflois habayra. Saw a churva to remind us of the churva of Yerushalayim. That's the castle, the churva of Yerushalayim. What else? This you don't really need to see because we saw a guy that looks like me. He's wearing a baseball cap. Nobody could tell he's Jewish because even though those socks are still a giveaway, and these are the boys. So again, by the way, this is you can see right over here. This is that. Oh no, I don't know why it's not going. Here it is. This is the bridge right over here. That thing, unbelievable. They take 27 euro to cross from here to here. And then I guess you get also this elevator that takes you up to there. And then you get to tour this castle. So we toured this castle because to remind us of the churva. Something like that. Okay. Now that I shared that with you, we have a Gevaldik daf today. Today is daf Chof Vov. Oh, I have to tell you about the sponsors. So first of all, let me knock this out. Get rid of this. Breakfast today, I guess it's already after the fast, is sponsored by Michael Harber. Thank you, Michael, because now you just made me very hungry. As a schus for a safari with many spottings and takedowns. Oh, annihilation, takedown. I'm not sure a takedown is better than a kill. A chase is mamish. Kenya, July 15th to the 24th. Much kaza.
He's going?
Kenya. Wow. Kol hakavod, Michael. Okay, send us pictures. This we did already. We have to do the sponsors. Here we go. The Masechta is sponsored by David Salman, dedicated in memory of Avi Mori, Reb Shmuel Baruch ben Reb Chaim Tzvi Doiv. The Masechta sponsors anonymous. Hatzlach Baruch Niziv Gashmis Luschus. Achinu ben Yisrael, anonymous. May your learning be a shield of protection and a source of unity and blessing for Am Yisrael. Joel Gedalius, Nishmas, my father, Jack Gedalius. Koil sponsors monthly. Mashar Mir and Landy. Thanks Hashem for all the Broch and Simcha. Monthly sponsors TCS Israel, powered by Talk and Save. Yoni Klatsik, Refuah Shlema, Mir Messer, Bas, Perel Fradl Pessel. And anonymous, Refuah Shlema, Chuldalea, Bas Brocha, Amen. Yosef and Avigail Feinerman, thanking Hashem for saving our son Shmuel Menachem from recent near drowning incident. They're a weekly sponsor. Another weekly sponsor, Mitchell Weinberger. Mitchell Weinberger, in honor of my father's birthday, Dr. Eli Weinberger, Montreal. Sorry, Mitchell. It's fast. I have a tremendous akar to my good chaverim, Avi Kamiansky and Noam Fix, for bringing me here, but I do have to tell Noam, I told him, I said, don't make me crazy. I need to prepare at least 10 hours a day. He said, no problem. So after 3 hours of preparation, he said, okay, we're going. You got to come. So I came. We come back. He says, don't worry about it. You'll eat. Just say one cheer. So I said one cheer. He says, just say a second cheer right now, and then you could just eat afterwards, and then you'll be good for the night. This is what I was talking about now. This is right now is what I was talking about. Daily sponsors, Laser and Yonat Raskind. Lili Nishmas David Aaron ben Shlomo on his 20th yard side. Gershon Rose. Lili Nishmas, our dear cousin, Hatzadik, Chizkiyo Moshe ben Morna Meshgiach. But the Sio Chaim Salman Zechitzak Devar Nifter of Shabbos Kodesh Belakewood. The son of Ramathisio was Nifter of Shabbos Kodesh in Lakewood. Wow. NJ and AH Hassett, Gibraltar, in honor of our dear son Aaron MD Wire from the Dorm on his bar mitzvah. Be'ez Hashem will finish the Shas with Reb Eli. Amen. Mazel tov, tremendous mazel tov. A young kid, all the way from the Dorm. Wow, how long is that? That's like 2 years, probably. No, from before Kiddushin. No, it's after Kiddushin. Kiddushin is right by Kiddushin, because Kiddushin is Nashim still. Yaakov Shrai Ratzlocha B'chol Anyonim, and to pass today's licensing test tomorrow, which is Monday today. Anyway, kids, monthly. Innovations, Chus for official, Chana Kiva, Rivki, Mrs. Stefansky, Kalman Yisrael for learning for yourselves with belly. Are the month for Shlema for Yehonatan Eitan Ben Bashev Bracha, Amen. And the for Shlema Mordechai Ben Esther, Amen. And the for Hayeled Daniel Zev Ben Ayelet Esther. Rabbi said yesterday we had the story with Rebbe Kiva and his Talmidim were going and they got stopped by Listim.
October 22.
What?
October 2.
Which is
almost
when?
3 years.
3 years?
2 months. 2 years.
This kid.
10 months. 11 months.
Wow, he's been doing, so basically finished half a Shas with us. Half a Shas and he's only 13 years old. That's as much as I knew when I was Bar Mitzvah. Like 2 daf. Wow, unbelievable. Okay, Rabbi Isai, so yesterday's story was that the Talmid of Rabbi Kiva were going and Listim, these highway robbers pulled them over and they lied to them. They said, we're getting off the next stop, and they got off earlier and they were saved. And they said, who's your Rebbe? Rabbi Kiva. Oh, Rabbi Kiva is unbelievable. His Talmidim never get hurt. We have a similar story with a sadder ending. Rabbi Nashav Azul, Lebei Terasa. So here's the made-up map that we have. We made this, I don't know, it's kind of made up. You could see that Pumbedisa is right over here. Beit Terasa is over here. They were traveling from, let's say, over here. They're going this way, that way. They lied and they said that they're going all the way to Pumbedisa, so the Ganavim are going to think they have some time to still do their thing. Meanwhile, when the exit came, they took a sharp right turn, got off the highway, and ran. So says the Gemara, Pogabei Ganave, these Jewish Ganavim found them. Amrulei, Lankas is where you're going. Amrulei, the Pumbedisa, we're going all the way to the fireplace Pumbedisa. Kimatal Beit Terasa, when they got to closer place, Terasa Parish, they went, Amrulei, Talmidid Yuder Amat. You guys are such liars. You lied to us. We can't steal from you now. Oi! You're the Talmidim of Rav Yehuda, the liar. They called him Yehuda, not Rav Yehuda, of course, no kavod, the liar. So they insulted Rav Yehuda. Omar Lahu, so Rav Menashe tells them, you did too late. You know who he is? Yerava. It should be Hashem's will. You should all be in Chayrim with a curse. The same curse of Rav Yehuda that he gave somebody once upon a time. Oslo have the Gnevasa. They tried for 22 years to rob. It never was matzliach. They never did well. But given the chazu, they realized that it must be the curse. Asukulu tavu shamtayu. They went back to Rav Menashe and said, "Please help us out. Get us out of this." This reminds me of the story that there was a guy who went to the Rebbe. He said, "Rebbe, give me a bracha for parnasa." So the Rebbe says, you guys didn't hear this one. The Rebbe says, I can't give you a bracha for parnasa because I know what you do for a living. You're a ganav. How can I give you? He says, yeah, you're right. But I'm asking that the Rebbe should give me a bracha that whoever the Rebbeinu Shalom decided it should be robbed, it should be done through me. What are you thinking about? So Mele, it reminds me because they went back to the Rav and they said, the Rav, it's not going. The parnasa is shvach. 22 years. It took them 20. What took them? Most people chap after a year or two. 22 years. One of them was such a shayta even after 22 years he didn't chap. There's one weaver who didn't come. He missed the opportunity. We were just talking about it. There was an opportunity. You know what? 22 years, but Leiba said they went to get it. But after 22 years, even he didn't take the opportunity. And what happened, Rabbi Isai? Achla Ariel. A lion came and ate him up. Says the Ben Yehuda. What does he say, the Ben Yehuda? Gur Ariel Yehuda. No. Because of Rabbi Yehuda. Because they insulted Rabbi Yehuda. That a lion came and ate them up. Rashi says that most of these weavers are Bali Gaiva for whatever reason. Usually by the very low level workers, but they're Bali Gaiva. He had such pride, he didn't want to go ask Mechila from Rav Yehuda. That pride cost him his life. These Girdona de Leitazian, if they don't have anova, these weavers shot the bottom mishnah. Years come off of their life, like this guy, years came off his life because he was mowed down by a lion. Do I need to show you a picture of a lion in the safari? Nah, different time. Tochazi, Mobang Anovi Bavel, the listening to Israel. There's two levels. There's Ganovim, small time thieves, and then you have Listim. These are the highway robbers. These are the professionals. They kill people. Even though they're Listim, they're much worse, l'chayra, but they're from Eretz Yisrael. And over there, they have respect for the Gdolim. You see today also, like by the Sfardim, the respect they have, even the non-religious, the respect they have for a Rav is on a different level. Ashkenazim could dream about such respect. They have mamish, like it's in their bones. So in those days, the Eretz Yisrael, they had respect. Yeah, he's a listim, he's a bad guy, he killed a bunch of people. But when you talk about Rabbi Akiva, he says, oh, the Talmidim of Rabbi Akiva, nothing ever happens to them. But these chatzufim in Bavel and Chutzlar, what do they say? Rabbi Yehuda is a liar, the liar. Says the Eli Mishnah, this is Negel Lizmanenu. We can take out halachas from this. We're not going to learn the halachas here in Shir, but you could see the idea. And if you're a doctor, or a nurse, or someone somewhere in between, these halachas might apply to you. For instance, saving an idol worshiper, you're allowed to, not allowed to. Killing a moiser, are you allowed to kill a moiser? A guy that goes to the authorities and snitches on people. Oh, I forgot to show this picture. Chaval, let me see what this is. Oh, here. Let's not get to it now. Those dishonest rabbis always cheating us out a good deal. Mamish. They're saying about, it's true what he's saying. They're saying about Rav Yehuda that he's a Ramai. They're the Ganovim and they're calling somebody else a Ramai. It's unbelievable. Not this. Okay. So says the Mishnah. Bas Yisrael lo yitiyaled tzevived kechavim. If you're a nurse, I know people, one of our friends is a nurse in Evanston Hospital. She used to be at least. Is she allowed to help the idol worshippers give birth? Why? Says the Mishnah, you're not allowed to. See what the halach is today. Because she's helping out to bring a soul into, or a human being to do Avodah Zarah. So the Tanna Kama over here holds, and we don't have another shita, but we're going to see in the Gemara, the shita is from Meir, that a Goya could give birth, give, how do you say, what's the proper word? Not give birth.
Birth? What do you mean?
Birth. Deliver a baby. And what's the concern really? The concern of the Adam and the Omer would be because she could kill the baby. So this is very popular back in the day when they didn't have formula. And if a baby didn't nurse, the baby would die. And some mothers, they can't really nurse. They don't have enough milk, or whatever it is. So they always had to rent a wet nurse. They had to rent a nurse, rent a minika. First of all, you don't nurse the the idol worshipper's baby. But you could hire I saw brought down, one of the Rishonim says that you should make, if you are going to use the Goya, to make sure that they eat kosher food, because it's metamdim salev. It goes into the body and it's metamdim. I forgot who says this. One, I believe it was a Rishon I saw. Maybe look down there. Maybe he says it. I didn't see it there. Okay, so that's the Mishnah. We actually had on Daf. What Daf did I say it was on? Daf Amud Beis. So the Taisus over there says, and Daf Amud Beis, Taisus the Omer Lei. So I brought it there. He says, Amirim b'Medrash cholav metam cholav metar, that the different milk that Antoninos drank the milk of Rebbe's mother, so he had kosher milk, and that has a shpa on the baby, actually. That fits in right with this Rishon right here. Because it does have a shpa. That's why Antoninos did tshuva. He became a ger at the end of his life because of the milk that he drank from Rebbe's mother. On the flip side, it doesn't go into it, but one of the Acharonim explained, Rebbe drank Antoninos' mother's milk, so it gave him a little bit of a azus to him, or whatever it was that that Acharon said, explained over there. You don't see it. I'm sure. No? It's not in the art scroll or something? I looked in the notes in the art scroll this morning. Maybe I saw it somewhere else. I definitely saw it. Huh? No. I was like one of these. No. What do you say? Who?
No, you're saying Tintum Aleph.
Yeah, but he says kashas. Mom, she should ask the mother not to eat. She should ask the goya to eat kosher food. Fine. A Jewish woman should not help give birth to the idol worshiper. And the Goyish nurse should not give birth, not deliver a Jewish baby. Shechashud is not in the Mishnah. Meir says we have to be concerned for Ritzicha. Chacham say no. You're right. There's a problem. But if there's a Jewish woman in the hospital, she walks in and out, like a mashgiach in a restaurant, you could do it. You could be samech on her. But don't go to her house and have her deliver in her house. It doesn't help if you have a nichnas v'yoytzinami loy. Why? There's even the manchalo yoda pusa. Here we go. So I found this picture, and this is a big chiddush to me. Here's Zelig. How many soft spots does a baby have? Like in the head over here, you're not supposed to touch the head. You ever heard about this?
Yeah, I heard it.
So you're not supposed to touch over here because the skull is not developed over here. So I was seeing these pictures. It seems like there's two holes, one in the back also. I didn't know that. Maybe that explains a lot of what happened to my kids. You have to know about these holes. So no, not yeah. Says Gemara, my two sons do the share. I hope they what's going on. Yeah. Huh?
They should watch over their kids.
So just because their father messed up on them doesn't mean that they should yeah. Zog the Gemara. Apusio, she'll push the pressure point over there where it's very soft. The katalei, and she'll kill the baby. Nobody will recognize it. It's not like choking a baby to death. You'll see finger marks on the neck. Over there's a little push, a kvetch. Bye. Says Gemara story. A very similar thing happened with this goyish woman. She said to her friend, look at you, disgustingness. You give birth to you deliver all these Jewish babies. It's unbelievable here in Europe, the anti-Semitism is so strong. So the tour guide, Itzik, told me yesterday that he was in a store in France and he bought something, and as he was walking out, he hears the owner of the store say to somebody else, he says, look at that dirty Jew. He said in French. So he turns around and says, listen, I speak a perfect French. Shouldn't be talking like that. But that's how they look at the Yid. And one is talking to the other and says, look, you delivered all these Jewish babies, you should be embarrassed of yourself. Omer Law, so she says she was embarrassed. She says, Nefishim bishto dahi itisa. I did some terrible things in my lifetime. Like that Maisa in America just recently, I don't know what reason it was, but there was a few times it happened. But they have this nurse, I think one of them was a male and a female, that went around killing patients, like 20-something people killed under their watch, the hospital noticed, and they got fired from one hospital because there was too many deaths in their what's it called? Not watch. There's another word. No, the like watch, but okay, on their shift. And then so they went to another hospital, and the same thing happened over there. And then they realized that she kept injecting them with different stuff, and people that didn't have to die, people that were going to make it, survive, just had a taiva to kill people, like a serial killer. I go, pardon, this is what you said. Huh?
Jews?
No, regular. Old people, young people, men, women, everything. Mom is like 20-something people. So says the Gemara, I spilled the blood of these Jews, like the foam coming off the river. So we have a picture here. This is the foam of the river. And so how could Rabbanan allow a guy to deliver a baby if this is the case? She's saying mufurish that she caused so much damage to these babies. So Rabbanan going to say, Lohi, it's not true. She was just trying to save face. She didn't want to look like a loser, like somebody that delivers babies. She says, I killed a lot of Jews, but Lamaisa, she didn't even kill one. So Stama ha'ara here, and everybody should ask their local rabbi, but it's negeh to sheker. Did she lie or not? So there's a Yisoid, Rav Dessler talks about it, and I saw somebody give a whole speech about this thing, that if a person, let's say, lies, and the outcome is excellent, or fakir, the person says the truth and the outcome is terrible. So he brings a mashal, like they asked this girl in the times of the Nazis, they asked her, where are your parents hiding right now? So she said, they're up in the attic in the thing. So they caught the parents and they killed the parents. That's not emes. She thought she's saying the truth. Yeah, but in that case, that's sheker. Because the outcome is the death of her parents. That's the wrong thing to say. It's what the right thing and the wrong thing is to say. So Yaakov Avinu, who had a lie to get the brachas, that's not a lie. That's the emes. You can't take it too far. You can't say, Eli said in Shir that the outcome. No, because if you benefit monetarily from it, you lie to somebody, that's lying. So you have to know where this works and where it doesn't work.
Yaakov benefited monetarily from the brachos.
How monetarily?
He got the brachos.
So how's that money? How's that money?
He's got whatever.
He got Klal Yisrael. When you have to do it for Klal Yisrael, you do it for Klal Yisrael. Not a business deal. It was for the future of Klal Yisrael. I hear.
Because that's emes.
In that case, it's emes, right?
The halacha tells us when you can.
Yeah, you have to ask the local rabbi.
Right.
Bas Yisrael, loitonik. A Jewish woman should not nurse the non-Jewish baby. Torah Rabbanon. Bas Yisrael loitonik b'no shleivedes kichavim b'nei shemigadel ben Avodah Zarah that we said because she's helping to bring up an idol worshiper. V'avedes kichavim loitonik b'no shel Bas Yisrael, and the goya should not like in Ariel, should not nurse the Jewish baby. Don't hire a goya. She could kill the baby. The Meir. So this is in addition to the Mishnah. Meir Shita, do not use the goya. Yisrael. Let me just put this on. Do not disturb. Okay. When there's a nichnas v'yoytze, there's a woman, a man that comes in and out and sees what's going on, she's going to be scared to kill. But do not give her to deliver the baby to the house and say, hey, nurse the kid. It doesn't help if you have a mashgiach. Maybe she'll apply poison on her body, and the baby will nurse, and the baby will consume the poison and die, and the baby will die. And this she could do from her home. She could apply this poison from her home. We need two cases, the case of delivering a baby and nursing a baby. I'll only say the case of delivering a baby by the reason why it's because she cannot kill the baby. There's no concern that she'll kill a baby because we have a mashgicha that makes sure that she doesn't kill. But when it comes to nursing, maybe she applied this poison and she's going to kill, and the mashgicha can't see. Maybe Chacham will say that's also to hire a non-Jew for nursing. And if we say only the case of a nursing, Mary says in this case it's also from the Shaifalei. The reason why Mary says it's also because she's going to apply this poison. But when it comes to delivering a baby, she cannot kill the baby without anybody noticing. Maybe Ramir will agree to Rabbanan that it's mutter to use a non-Jewish nurse. Tzricha. Fine. Am I going too fast, Zelig? Zog, I could use a good drink. You have a drink? I was geschmack water with ice right now.
Oh, 20 minutes.
That'd be delicious.
Fuse tea.
What?
Fuse tea is it?
Fuse tea.
That's the drink of
I
it.
just want to see. There's nothing to get to the shear. Oh, look at this. On the fast day. Can they see?
50 more steps. 42
What
steps.
does
Around
it?
the room a little bit.
Don't worry. By the time we get to Ma'ariv. What? It's literally, it's 42 steps away from, that's literally to Ma'ariv. Okay, Baruch Hashem, on a fast day. Zog Gemara. It's dark outside. And we're learning Torah. Says Gemara. We have a question. In the Mishnah, we learned that you don't deliver the idol worshiper's baby. I have a problem. You didn't hear those, sure. You guys left the middle.
Yeah.
Where did you leave? Like right about here?
Yeah.
Bemis?
Yeah.
Oh.
A little bit long. A couple more rows.
So I'll just tell you real quickly. So I started giving shir because the Hebrew 8 o'clock in Austria is 9 o'clock in Eretz Yisrael, and that's when the shir is supposed to take place. So there was a bunch of people in the marriage. So I said instead of my chavrusa giving it, I'll give it. But then we had a little bit of a delay in the technical issue, and all of a sudden, middle, there's like literally how many people were on? Close to 200 people.
There's a full house in the basement.
Wow.
That's the best matter.
This was the Hebrew shir. I don't know if they could see the picture. It's hard. Kitzer. It's very nice on a fast day. Beautiful. So, but together with Zoom, there's like almost 200 people, I think. So I had to make a on-the-spot decision of not davening b'tzibur mincha. But I ended up going downstairs and I did the Gedusha, Chazar Sashatz with Gedusha. So, but I can't stop 200 people in the middle of learning and say, okay, I got to go to mincha. You guys left the middle. So anyways, this is where we're picking it up. I have a problem. It says that a Jew could deliver the non-Jewish baby for payment. So a nurse in the hospital, it's okay. Don't do it for free. So what do? We just said that you can't deliver a non-Jewish baby. Omer Rav Yosef, b'sachar shari. If you're getting paid, it's motor. Why? Mishum eva. We don't want hatred. So if we're concerned about hatred, Savar Rav Yosef l'meimas, Rav Yosef thought to say, or ludu evezikol b'shabbat b'sachar shari. Then maybe you could do this on Shabbos as well because of Eva. You can be Mechal Shabbos. So Rashi, I believe, says over here that it's not Mamash Shabbos, it's the Rabbanot. It's not, if not Rashi, so that's how they explain it. This is a long time ago I saw this. Akopanim, but it's in the Mishnah talks about it. I saw Moshe talks about it, that it's also to do a Doiraisa for Eva. But the Gemara's Havamina was maybe for the Rabbanans you're allowed to Mishumeva.
Brings it down.
Mishumeva. Omalei Abaya, Yochlel Meimarlo, Didon de Mitri Shabso Mechalin Alayu. So here, this is the picture. We keep Shabbos. So if we keep Shabbos, we can be Mechal Shabbos for somebody that keeps Shabbos. But you don't keep Shabbos, they Tchud de Mitri Shabso, your little baby's in the front over here, the first row. They're doing their iPhone stuff. So why should I be Mechal Shabbos? For you, a person that's Mechal Shabbos. Anyways, but that's the whole sugya we're going to see also. If you have a good excuse to get out of it, we're then not upset, so you get out of it. It's not Eva. Ramesh just says that in America, he doesn't say America, he says in a situation where the Eva could cause death to Jews, then you Mechal Shabbos. Like you're allowed to Mechal Shabbos for anything that causes a Pikuach Nefesh. Sometimes it's interesting. The Mishnah Berurah, who was in Russia, he says you can't. He doesn't talk about Pikuach Nefesh. He just says you can't be Mechal Shabbos Derais Mishum Eva. Over there, it's more of a reason to be concerned for your life. The Ramesh was in America. He says that for For Pikuach Nefesh, you're allowed to do Eva. You're allowed to do Chil Shabbos. Amalei Abaye. Yeah, we said this.
For a guy.
For a guy. Obviously for a guy, yeah. For Yid. Anyways, you're allowed to do Chil Shabbos to save to deliver a baby. But this is imagine you go to Shari Tzedek and you hear the cousins over there screaming, and the more cousins than Yidden in some of these hospitals. You allowed to help them deliver and be Chil Shabbos, delivering them using tools and turning on lights and who knows what. It's a bayah. On Shabbos, I see very often. When I used to daven Vasikin, so especially then I would see coming out of my house, I would see this van would pull up in our block and take Dr. Slater and a bunch of nurses. We have a lot of nurses in our block. The whole van will fill up on Shabbos of just from people and a non-Jewish driver and bring them to the hospitals because you have to in this country where everybody's Jewish. Somebody's going to have to work on Shabbos. Says Gemara. Just like you're allowed to give birth, you're allowed to deliver. I should use the word. You're allowed to deliver for money, an Eva. So too, you're allowed to nurse, be a wet nurse for payment because of Eva. No, if you have a good excuse, then you can't. If she's not married, imagine on your shidduch resume, it says, what do you do for parnasa? I nurse babies. I'm a wet nurse. It's terrible for shidduchim. Why? Because the Gemara says first right here, the next line, it's makrish the body. It ruins the body. So the husband doesn't want that. If she's already married, I need to get married. This is not good for me to get from my marriage. If she's already married, she could say, look, this is not good for my husband. He doesn't want somebody that nursed. It ruins the body. I said already. So Rav Yosef the Meimar. So Rav Yosef said, so we had this interesting halacha. It's hard to understand this halacha, but you have to understand these are bad people. A roy tzon means even a Jew who doesn't care about other people's belongings and he keeps on using up people's. But let's talk about more. Let's call him a idol worshiper. If he falls into a pit, you just pretend you don't see it and you walk by. What happened over here? Oh no, I got stuck. Not working. Which one? I did. This, and this here. So he's getting attacked, and they pretend they don't see him. They don't have to save him. Marcus is a roy bucker. So now we're going to go into this a little bit.
This guy's a right son.
Right sign. Yeah, right sign. That's the problem. Idol worshiper, somebody who's a shepherd for behema daka. If he falls into a pit, you don't have to take him out, but you don't put him into the pit. You don't kill him. You're allowed to, if a guy offers you money to take him out, so you don't say no. You take the money and you take him out of the pit. Why? Because otherwise he's going to hate you. All the goyim in the neighborhood will hate you. But wait a minute, I have a good excuse. The reason why I ran away, I didn't save you. I didn't know you're dying. And I had an emergency. My son was stuck on the roof. I had an appointment with the government, and I was rushing to the appointment. If I would have known that Imam is dying, I would have saved you. We had once a guy from Hawaii that joined this year. He said he's not so Shem Shabbos, but he's very excited to join this year. And the first day that he was learning with us, there's a whole sugi about if a churva falls down on a person, and it says if it's an idol worshiper, you don't have to take him. You don't take him out on Shabbos. So he writes an email. He says, "This is what you guys learn. I can't believe it. I'm out of here. I'm never going to learn this stuff." And that was it. I never heard from him again. Eva, that's Mishum Eva. We just said it. Listen to this. Haminim, people. Yeah, I'm going to go to it in a second, but you can put it on. Haminim is the people that snitch on Jews. So I had a worker once, one of these property managers. She told me that she never knew she's Jewish. She grew up Christian, but the day, when her father was dying, her father said that he's Jewish and that he had to run away. He couldn't tell Jews that he's Jewish. Like he was basically something like that. And it occurred to me then, I don't remember the whole thing, but it occurred to me then that he's probably one of these Jews that used to snitch to the Nazis. What are they called? The capo. He was a capo. Because he said he's fierce for his life. Then when he came to America, he was scared that they're going to kill him, so he pretended he's Christian. At the end of his life, he tells his daughter that he's really Jewish. Yeah, I didn't like her that much. After that, I was like, wow, it grossed me out.
It's not her fault. Not her fault. Yeah.
But she's the daughter of Virash Marusha, somebody that killed a lot of Yidden. Yeah. Anyway, he died a Christian, brought up a Christian family. Somebody's a mummer. We're going to see what's the difference between a min and a mummer. You could actually put him into a pit. So this is a famous story with the Ruchel and Wasserman. There was a moiser in town, and he was in the mikveh with the guy. He took him and he drowned him in the mikveh. That's what they say about him. Drowned him in the mikveh. Because you put him into the mikveh, you don't take him out. Now the Gemara is going to ask the obvious question. If you could kill him, of course you don't take him out. Turning to the daf, sponsored by Adar Global Experts in International Financial Service, anonymous and with gratitude for safe and healthy birth of our baby boy, Omein. Mazel Tov. Not Omein, Mazel Tov. Givat HaShalva, a Torah True Community in Givat Ze'ev. How many minutes do we have here?
7.
Omalei. I don't understand. Take a look at this pasuk. It says in the pasuk, "L'sira shor achicha." If you see a lost ox, Hoshev t'shivin lechicha, should give it back to your brother. So then, why in pasuk Gimel? Why does it say v'chein taz l'chol avedas achicha? Should give it back to all your brother. Why the extra achicha? It says achicha in pasuk Aleph. Why does it say achicha again in pasuk Gimel? To teach you that even a mummer, a guy that doesn't believe in Hakadosh Baruch Hu, also you have to return his aveda. So if you have to return his bike, you're allowed to kill him? It makes zero sense. You have to give him back his aveda, but you're allowed to kill him? Can't be. Doesn't read him. Samim Mikan Mumar, you got to take it out of the whole thing. It's only a min you're allowed to kill, not a mumar. As the Gemara will Shanale, this is a big enough gemina. What if the guy, he goes into McDonald's when he could easily go to kosher gladi? Look at the hamburger.
For Glad.
She knows a lot with the exclamation.
Oh, exclamation? I can't read it. Oh, wow. Only $3.99, but guess what? McDonald's is also $3.99. So why are you eating at McDonald's? Look at him fressing away over there at McDonald's. The answer is because he's a mummer lahachis. A mummer lahachis, it's making you hungry. Cheeseburger.
The kosher left.
Sometimes people go through the airport and you go through an airport and the smell is good. To me, it doesn't give me a taiva so much. Some people it does. It does? I don't know. So, Bekitzer, why are you eating there? A guy like you, I put you in the pit, I don't let you come out, I kill you. You're a mummer. Maybe my friend that came to me on Yom Kippur and was so proud of himself that he ate on Yom Kippur cheeseburger, maybe him I should have put in a pit. Kama moiser. Kama moicher neveil is nachis. This is nafkimina, lachis and l'tayavon. One of the Rebbes saw a Yid eating a cheeseburger and he says, B'ta'avan, bon appetit. So he says, the chassid says, what are you saying, b'ta'avan? He says, because I want him to be a mumar l'tiyavain and not a mumar lahachis.
I like that.
Oh, says the Gemara, if you do it on purpose, you're the min. So you're already counted in this brisa. Look, it says the top line of this thing. Avol haminim, and min already includes somebody that eats a hamburger lahachis. So what does mumarim mean? It says mumarim you put into the bar. It must mean a guy that eats l'tiyava and you also put into the bar. And he asked me, I don't understand. How do you kill a guy that eats l'tiyava if you have to return his aveda? It doesn't make sense, he tells me. That's why I take out the word mumar. A guy that goes off the derech and eats a hamburger because he likes cheeseburgers, you don't kill. It's bad. Mumar. A guy that goes off the derech. Pligi ravacha v'ravina chadomer l'tiyavoin mumar lachis minavi. If he does it because he loves it, then he's just a mummer. If he does it on purpose to upset Hashem, then he becomes a min. Even if you do it on purpose, you're only on the madreg of a mummer. So what is considered a min? If you worship Avodah Zarah. Now, check this out. First of all, I always have to ask this. What is the number one killer animal in the world? Mosquito. Or, what else? What's even more than a mosquito? No, because the mosquito kills a few million a year. But more than that, human being. Human being. If you don't count the human being, mosquito. So now let me ask you another question. Why in the world would somebody eat a mosquito? Lahachas to Rebbeinu Shalom, or because he has a taiva? There's no taiva, so it must be lahachas. Here, so we have a kasha. It says, ochal paro, you should eat a little flea. Eat one little mosquito. What could be? You're only doing it to upset the Rebbeinu Shalom. Haray's a mummer. Oh, I just called him a mummer. What should I call him? According to what we just learned, a min. He should be a min, not a mummer. This must be to upset Hashem. Says Gemara, somebody limitam time of the Yisura. No, he's a min. You know why? He's a mummer because he was in China and he saw everybody. Those restaurants they give you a cockroach and an ant and a this. I saw there's a restaurant called maybe I didn't see it. Maybe it was just Yoshi did one of those pieces of art. But anyways, ants, cockroaches, all these things. I want to taste one, not because I want to upset the Rebbeinu Shalom. I want to see what it is. Why are these Mishugayim eating it? I want to see. That's called the Tiyavain, and that's why he's a mummer, not a min. You take this moiser and you throw him into the pit. You kill him in the mikveh, but you don't take him up. If you're allowed to kill him, I think you have a minute to take him up. If there's like a little step to get into the bar, you're allowed to knock out the step. Because he has a good excuse. Because what's going to happen? Let's say he's saved. And he's a neighbor. He's going to say, Meshugana, you killed me. You wanted to kill me. You're a terrible Jew. What do you mean? What are you talking about? I was in the bar. I was screaming for my life. I didn't know you're in the bar. But there was a step there, and you took the step away. No, shite, I took the step away because I saw my dog was about to jump into the bar because he was going to go down the steps. I took the step away. I know I was killing you. So if you have a good excuse, it's not a big deal. Another pshat. Oh, I know that he was working on this. Let's see. Here. There's a guy in there. Oh, because he's saying that he doesn't want his animals to fall into the bear. Very good. Yoshi, very good. Good job. Sometimes this I hope the other guy's not watching. Sometimes this 3D is better than the guys that are working on it for 2 days. I said this. You cover it with the guy in there. I needed for my animals not to fall into the bar. Let's say this is mamish ma'aser b'chol yom. You see the moiser, he works in the the electric company. He opens up the manhole in the street and he goes in there. So what do? You just cover it and you put your car on it and you say, "Oi, I didn't know somebody's in there. I didn't want people to fall in there. Just push it. I covered it." I saw a ladder sticking out of the street. I pulled it up. I didn't know you were in there. I didn't know it was going to kill you. My son got stuck on the roof. I knocked him down. A Jew obviously could be a mile to make somebody ger. But to get the worm out of it, the guy has some sort of infection, a worm inside the arla. That you can't help. Now, there's a Taisis on the bottom. I just want to show you real quickly because this is Ma'aseh B'Shchol Yom here in Eretz Yisrael. Not here. This is also in Eretz Yisrael. Where do Moyalim learn how to be Moyalim? On the Arabs. So it says here in Taisis, Chakim B'Refuah is Yachal Liyos Mutter. That could be okay. I know people that make a lot of money here in America and different places. They're professional Moyalim and Goyim hire them. It's like $600-$700. Then they could do a few a day. They make good money. So, Yisrael,
That's not to save them.
not to save them,
Yeah,
no, but to do the Milah.
Yeah.
Now, here's the question: could a guy do Milah on a Jew? What do you think? It seems like no, right? But here's the Gemara. And a guy should not do it on Jew, not because it's us in the Torah. Let's say you're standing there, maybe it should be okay, no? So we'll see. What? The Remeir. That's all Remeir. He could do Milah for a Jew. As long as the Meshkiach over there. If you do it in the guy's house, no. You can't trust a guy. He takes the knife. People cut chal on Shabbos. We have a whole thing in our house cutting straight. Some people go as a little bit fakrum. If you do it on a bris, you can make you can make a shavcha. A person like that can't get married. Remeir says that a guy cannot do a bris milah. You don't have a moil that's Jewish. You have a kusi. You have a guy. A guy is better than a kusi. Why? Because a kusi does his milah for his son, and he constantly thinks about his Avodah Zarah, the pigeon. But a guy never does milah, so he's not going to think about Avodah Zarah. So you could use the guy for your son. The Remeir. So you see, the Remeir holds that you could use a guy for milah. How come he said that? He says not. Let's see how this goes. Every time we have epoch, we got to use this. Remeir says a guy cannot do milah, and over here it says that you can use the bris milah, the doctor to do a bris milah guy. So where it says epoch, in fact, it's Remeir that says you cannot use the doctor. Remeir says you could. As Gemara, so what? A guy is okay. But how can you put? Now we have reviewed on the left, right, in the left bottom corner. Review that says that could do, but review that says mefurish she psula. I have a pasuk that a guy can't do it, not because of sakana. It's a pasuk shenema v'atois brisi tishma. You, your children should keep the covenant, the bris. Let's go back. Remeir, actually, there's a stira. Just what? Remeir holds that a guy should not do milah. Why? Because we're concerned that what? He's going to kill the kid. But when we're talking about a doctor, he's a doctor. Don't worry about a doctor. The doctor's not going to lose his medical license to kill a Jew. It's mutter Rabbi. Have a wonderful day. And for you, have an excellent fast. 10 o'clock at night. Look at this. 10 o'clock at night.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.